Problem 8.42. Okay, want to show that these two numbers are equal. Okay, this number and this number. So first, remember what the meaning of each number. So for example, this number is the value such that when we have a f distribution or f random variable with the nu2, nu1 as the degrees of freedom, then the probability that this random variable is bigger than this value is equal to alpha. Okay, that's the alpha mean. And similarly, you can get the value for here. So alpha is some number between 0 and 1. So now, what we're supposed to do is, so for example, if we're given, suppose we are given these two random variables, u and v, which are independent and they are following the chi-square distributions with nu1, nu2 as the degrees of freedom, then we know that what we actually want to show here is that if you have this, remember this is the following the f distribution with nu1 and nu2 as the degrees of freedom. Okay, so the probability that it is bigger than this value, so the probability that this ratio is bigger than or equal to this value should be equal to 1 minus alpha. Okay, so but if you can show that the probability of this guy bigger than or equal to this is also equal to 1 minus alpha, then we're done, because we know that this number, say we have this is our f distribution, or PDF of f distribution with nu1, nu2 as the degrees of freedom, and then let's say that 1 minus alpha is this. So this shaded area here is 1 minus alpha. Then this point right here should be the f, 1 minus alpha, nu1, nu2. Okay, so we actually want to show that this value is nothing but just a 1 over f alpha nu2, nu1. And to show that, we just need to show the probability of this random variable that is following this distribution is bigger than this value, still equal to 1 minus alpha. The probability of that is still equal to 1 minus alpha. And then that just identify this number and this number. Okay. So how do we show that? Then if we can recognize this, then the rest will be simple, because the probability of this, or I'm just calculating down here, the probability of this is just equal to the probability of the reciprocal of each other. So I take the 1 over this, I take the reciprocal of this, and take the reciprocal of this, and then we change the direction of this inequality, and we get the same inequality. Okay, so it's just the probability of that. Okay, the probability of this thing less than or equal to that is 1 minus the probability of this thing greater than or equal to that, because these two events are actually these two events are actually complementing each other, right? So that is why we have that. And from here you can see this is a f is following the f distribution with the nu2, nu1 as the degrees of freedom, because the u and v are chi-square random variables. So the probability of this greater than that, remember that this is a perfect matching. The nu2 and nu1 are the degrees of freedoms of the numerator denominator. So the probability of this less greater than that value is by definition alpha, right? Because this is how we know what this number denotes, or what this symbol denotes. So this part here should be just equal to alpha. That's how I got this. It's just equal to 1 minus alpha, and that is what we wanted to show here. And show this, then these two quantities should be the same. Okay, so that's why we have that.